We are live, apparently. Welcome back.
Assuming all the tubes are connected.
It's assuming all the tubes and the wires of the internet are all working fine. Today, just before we get to our battle report today, we're doing another live stream chatting about the LVO releases.
Yes, lots of fancy new models.
Lots of fancy new
Although
models.
still not all of the things that were previewed earlier.
Yeah, still got more Crypt to come.
Lots of surprises.
I'm very, very excited about the Crypt. And then, also today's releases, which we've just
always
before we went
some
live.
new orcs and things. Yes.
So, what was the first of the LVO things you want to talk about?
I just got to open the web page so I don't forget things as we go. The first thing on that was the kill team box with the mandrakes.
The kill team box, yeah, which was interesting because we had before the Night Lords came out, we had the rumor that it was going to be Night Lords versus mandrakes,
and then they just announced the Night Lords.
Well, yeah, which was maybe a clever tactic for GW, just to throw people off the scent that we were going to be getting the mandrakes as well. And they just sort of said, right, well, the Night Lords are coming. That part is
turns out the original rumor was right.
Original.
You got the name right. I think it was supposed to be called Night Lords or something like that.
Yeah. So
which I still think should have been released at Halloween. I think that's a missed opportunity.
I mean, maybe that was the original plan as well. And you never know what's going on behind the scenes. But very nice models.
Yeah. So I know this has been a trend for a little while now, but the one thing that bothers me a little bit about the mandrakes is it's 10 models and 5 of them are the same bodies. Yeah,
it's just a sprue of 5 times 2.
Yep.
Which is the same with the striking scorpions and the same with the scouts.
Because of how monoposed we are, like, again, you can do amazing sculpts with them, but it does limit the options slightly. Yeah, that's my only bugbear with them. I think the sculpts are great, what they've done. I mean, compared to the old ones, it's a really nice upgrade.
Yeah.
I think the spells,
especially because the old ones were in fine cast.
Yeah. You don't like fine cast.
No.
Yeah. I think they're pretty cool.
You're right. Only 5 of them.
Yeah. There's just been a few of those types of things recently where it's like.
Yep, and in Trent, it looks like there's a unit sergeant as well, which they didn't have before. Or a unit something.
Some sort of champion thing.
Yeah, with these sort of, which is similar to the Aegis. Was it Aegis Sigmar?
Which one?
There was a witch that had a very similar. It was maybe one of the Warcry kits or something. There was like a dark elf witch that had a very similar cloak design to what the spell thing that the Mandrake is casting. I'm sure I'll try to find the model.
There's a lot of Warcry stuff.
There's a lot of Warcry. Yeah, it was Warcry or whatever came before, whatever this sort of fantasy box before. What's it called? Curse City was, whatever the sort of quest. Warhammer quest. Yes, I think there was like a witchy person, dark elf witchy person in that had a similar quote to that. But anyway. Nice box.
Yeah, nice box. I still like the Night Lord stuff.
Yes, tradition. That seems to be what they're doing with the kill team going forward as well. Is that you get one entirely new sprue and then you get an upgrade sprue for whatever they're against. I still like the Night Lords. Some of them, the helmets are divisive.
Yes,
but I like the classic.
I think there's a couple good ones and a couple I'm not so keen on. But lots of good bits in there. I still like the hilarious pirate sword is one of my favorite things in that. The least functional sword possibly in 40k.
Yes,
but it's still a big skeleton hanging out of it. So it's cool.
Yeah,
they've finally got some chain blades and plastic too, so that's nice.
Yes,
there's some good bits in there.
Yeah. And then we had speaking of Warcry.
It was yet more Nighthawks because GW just loves making Nighthawk models for some reason. They're fine. They're more good-looking Nighthawks. So just we seem to get quite a lot of them. I feel.
Yes, and they were against the very nice witch and stuff. Or was that?
No, I think they were the river elves, the river high elves.
Oh, that's right. Yes,
which feels like a missed opportunity to do wood elves to me.
Yeah, they're really just there are not going to be wood elves in Age of Sigmar. They're really doubling down on there will be no wood elves in Age of Sigmar. But they're okay.
They're okay.
I don't love them, but they're okay.
I think it's just because some of the previous Nighthaunt stuff has been so good that if it's not crazy now, it's just a bit lackluster to me. I love the Executioner one that was in the previous one, dragging the big sword behind him and stuff. That was great. I love the mad boat rider guy with the flying boat. Yeah. They generally do really mad stuff with the Nighthaunts, and these ones are just sort of spooky ghosty things again.
I really like the train piece in this box though.
Yeah,
I think that's my favorite bit of it. That would be very cool.
Old head.
Yeah.
Old head.
Old one's head for
add some jungle terrain set. Yeah. Possibly
keep that growing. Yeah, I do like that a lot.
Yeah. That was cool, but I would rather well, let's see what else.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah. And then we had the thing I'm most excited for, which is the Crypt.
The Birdie Boys.
The bird, yeah.
They're great. They did a good job with the Crypt.
Yeah. So
way more than I was expecting.
Yeah. So my theory was when the new codex came out that basically Firestalker Kinband were basically just going to be shifted to the basic Crypt. And I thought I wasn't expecting at all to get a new Crypt.
Whole new carnivore set.
No, so I'm very happy about that. They look nice, and they've really stripped them back to look very basic, so that you don't confuse them on the tabletop with the Firestalker Kinband. So they're very cool. The two new shapers, yeah, really like both of them. Looks like one of them is just going to be monopose, and the other one comes with a combat loadout and a shooty loadout. Really love the shooty loadout one. I think his bow looks awesome. His pose is really cool. Yeah, I really like him. If I would one tweak, which I might try do when I have the model, is I'm just going to change his hand that's up here to being open, not with a star in it, to make it look. And I might well, more like he's just shot.
Oh, he's fired the ball.
So I might raise him up a little bit so he's a bit higher, so it looks like he's just fired a shot off and now is surveying what he's presumably just killed. That'd be
5% an hour through this.
Yeah, that'll be the one slight tweak. But I don't
need
simple. Yeah, there's lots of crew hands that are open, so I might do that. I might just leave him as is, but I really like him, and the texture on the inside of his cloak. It's the first time I've really seen them do that on the inside of a cloak. He's got a lot of scales on the inside. I don't sort of remember them doing that so much, if anything. But yeah, he's really nice. Like the sort of, he's the classic lore around what Shaper was before. He's just been changed to be a War Shaper now. But he's sort of the classic one. Then we got the new one who's sort of in charge of
this Blood Reaper, what's he called?
He's kind of what is he called? He's sort of in charge of what the Crypt eat, essentially.
He's a dietitian.
Yeah, he sort of decides whether he's
a flesh shaper.
Yes, he sort of decides.
He's got a very fancy hat.
Yes, he's sort of the more combat-y one. Well, you may be the War Shaper as a combat one, but this guy I'm expecting to have a cool sort of unit rule that he does for the unit. I suspect the leader will.
It's going to get hopefully not too carnivorous.
We'll see. Well, there's a lot of. I'll talk a lot about what they eat, and the galaxy won't know what.
Having a mid-battle snack.
So yeah, I imagine he might have once you kill a unit in combat, the unit will get a bonus going forward.
They miss a turn while they have a picnic. Yeah,
it's like ogres in Age of Sigmar. They've kind of got that. There's sort of two rules that the ogres can have. They're either feasting or hungry, and that changes depending on how close they are to a unit and what buff they get. So that's quite cool. But yeah, looking forward to see what they do in game. And while we're on that, briefly talk about the codex and the codex art. Really like the sort of. You can't go too old school with Tal because they're not that old. Yeah, they're not that old of an army. But we got a cat.
We got a guest appearance.
Hello, cat. I'll briefly show you Alfie. There he is. He's broken into the studio.
Yeah,
I'll now remove him from the studio. Hello, buddy.
Bye, cat. Yeah, I think we were both surprised by just how much Crypt stuff was. I think we were both kind of expecting. Like maybe the character who we didn't see, the riding guy.
I thought we were going to get him and the riders, and maybe a non-riding Crypt Shaper.
Especially since we got the ethereal as the
tease as well.
Well,
as the sort of the
store anniversary model, I think.
Is he store anniversary or is he this year's? He's store anniversary.
I thought he was.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, one of the limited edition for something anyway.
Yeah. Nice model.
Yeah, he's nice as well. But yeah, no, it's more than I was expecting. And now that we've still got one thing to come, I suspect we're going to get even more. I think. Well, we'll get to that at the end. We'll continue what's in the box.
Basically, everything they announced is in the box, other than the
rider, the sort of leader. The one that we've had teased.
Yeah, but everything that was actually announced is in the box.
Yes, they're not reveal anything that's not in the box yet. So you get the cool codex in the box as well, which, as I say, like the look of.
Nice one.
Then we got the two rider units. So we've got sort of the young Crutox, which is a thing we didn't have before, which are very cool. So it talks about in the Crutox section that they're not very aggressive and they're sort of these sort of almost symbiotic relationship that they have with them. There's
a big cow.
Yeah, you sort of they're revered, and there's a partnership, and you sort of walk around with them, and there's this with just a gun,
on the cow,
a gun on top of a cow. But
Do not put guns on cows. That's the message for today.
Yeah, but he is
unless you're a recruit.
Unless you're a recruit, apparently, yeah. Yeah, I wonder if they milk them as well.
Let's not get into that.
Let's not get into
Croutons, blue milk and stuff. No.
But yeah, I really like him. He's similar to the Pyrovore, where it's just like a huge upgrade on the because the last one looked kind of derpy, and this he's got a very mean look to him, but also kind of regal. I really like what they've done with him. I don't love the second gun option.
Is it like a net or something?
I think it fires a grenade thing.
No,
I think. Although it is
called something that fired a net now, which sounded cool.
Maybe it does. I thought it fired the grenade, but anyway. Yeah, but I just don't. It's okay. It's just a little bit not really the look I like for Kroot.
Tangle cannon. Yeah, tangle cannon sounds like.
I think maybe it does do a tangle thing, but I think it's a grenade that does something on impact anyway. Maybe it tangles upon impact. So yeah, I don't love that the look of that. I prefer the sort of the classic double-barreled Kroot gun thing. But yeah, really like that model. I think that's actually my favorite in the box.
Mine are the other ones. I think they did a fantastic job with they just look so dynamic. Yeah, they really look like they're moving.
I think all of them only have one point of contact on the base.
Pretty much,
they look great as well. I like them a lot. I'm hoping there's some options in the kit to have.
But they still look heavy. They've got a really good
They look like gorillas.
Yes,
just like charging gorillas. Yeah, they look amazing, and their hands are so unique as well. Or maybe not hands. They got. What did they have? Did you say they got thumbs? Yeah, 2 thumbs as hands. Yeah, really unique.
Not many fingers, but there's a thumb there.
Yeah, 2 thumbs possibly. Yeah, real unique look to them. So I do like them a lot, and I just hope there's an option in the box to have them throwing the spears as well, the riders, because they didn't show that in the artwork so far. But yeah, they are really nice.
Yeah.
So just a quick note on not revealed, but a little bit of speculation. So we've obviously still got. It says at the start that when they're talking about the new shapers that there are many types of shapers and there are 2 in the box, but the way it was worded was definitely like there's more coming as well. So whatever was teased at the start of the year
on the big old rider dinosaur thing.
Yeah, I think that's going to be another type of shaper.
Mounted shaper. Yep.
Yeah, and because that we've got this new detachment that's entirely focused on Kroot, I think they need something bigger. Or be surprised if they don't get something bigger.
It's all a lot of light infantry.
Yeah, so I think they're 2 options. They're either going to get something similar to what the Uruks got in Age of Sigmar, the new boar, where you've got this big, even bigger Krootox thing with multiple riders on it. I think they'll either get something like that, or do you remember the Cruel Boys? They've got a big sort of troll that's got a guy on top of it with a spear,
prodding it into battle.
Or I think they'll get something like that. They'll either get sort of like a Kroot version of a mech suit where there's like a guy on top, or they'll get a battering ram style.
They don't really have transports, do they?
No, but they all sort of infiltrate, so I don't know if they need transports as much.
I was thinking of a multi-party thing like what the orcs got.
Yeah, so it could be like that. Yeah,
where it's a big old massive squig thing, but could be a tank or could be a transport.
Yeah,
maybe something like that.
Yeah, but I think there's at least 2 more Kroot stuff coming now. I think we'll get the mounted shaper that we've seen, and I think there's going to be at least 1 thing after that as well. Maybe even a 3rd thing after that. We'll see, but
a lot more Kroot than expected.
Yeah, very excited for that. And I know I am a Tau player. I like Tau, but I know there's a bunch of people who hate Tau but love Kroot. Yeah. So I could see there being a few people starting up Kroot armies who have to buy the Tau Codex but never have a Tau model in their collection. Yeah, a little bit like Harlequins. So I could see that happening for some people out there. But yeah, I'm excited for the Kroot.
Good to have some options.
Yeah, that's a nice one. It's thrown out my game plan for what I was going to be adding to my Tau going forward. The finish line was in sight. I thought, okay, there'll be 1 or 2 new Kroot units. I'll get them, and then I'll build a crisis team and a commander, and that'll be me done for a little while. But now there's lots and lots.
You're never done.
You're never done,
says GW.
Yeah, well, I plan
buy more stuff.
Yeah, I was hoping to be done for a little while, but we'll see now. So then, what was after that, Ron?
It was the next Dawnbringer, the Croneseer, who actually is a really cool model.
She is a really cool model.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love. It reminds me of something I can't. There's something that I've seen in a TV show that's got the sort of crown coming down over the very long hair.
Yeah.
And I can't quite remember what it is, but she's a really
I love the ravens on her base as well. Like it feels very kind of mythological in a sense.
Yeah.
I think it's a cool model. The only minor thing, and this is just I think with some other models, the top knot hair reminds me a lot of like the Lilith Hespera, which is like an enormous amount of hair coming out the top. I think it did such a good job with like the front part.
Yeah.
The top bit I think is a bit much.
Bit much.
But
probably
TW's always does that. With like Abaddon's got the same thing.
Yeah.
Like whenever they've got an opportunity to put a top knot on something, they stick a silly amount of hair coming out of the top. So minor thing.
Only works for orcs because
only works. It's a squig just stuck there. Yeah. But otherwise, really cool model, really unique. More just crazy, weird Age of Sigmar stuff.
Yeah, nice. I really like that model. The pose is amazing as
Yeah.
well. Like the balance, because the angle that she's on her base and the angle of her feet and the staff, it makes her look really like powerful to hold that position, but also very graceful. Really, really nice.
Yeah,
really,
it's a cool
I
model.
like her a lot, and I don't think there was anything else new in that box coming out. I think it was just
I don't think so. I think it was just her. Yeah,
stuff,
I think there's more rules for stuff because it's another Dawn something. What they call
Dawnbringers. Yeah.
Dawnbringer. Yeah. So I think there's some other things which are getting rules as part of that. But
Yeah, but she was
the
awesome.
showcase.
Yeah, really liked her.
They've been having to go for this Dawnbringer thing for quite a while now.
Yeah, we have to like 5 or 6 of them now.
Five. Yeah.
Yeah. No, there was. I guess they might do one for every faction.
It's a very slow sunrise.
Yeah. And they've all
Somebody's to kill.
they've all been good.
Yeah, all good models. Yeah.
Like the Grot in like
The big skull thing.
yeah, he was hilarious but really, really cool as well.
Yeah.
The probably me and Rowan's best model for last year.
The
The
Nurgle
Nurgle
guy.
one, like that's just an instant iconic model. Like the shape of the horse and everything, really, really good.
Yeah.
There was a Fire Slayer one, which it's just
It's
another
another
Fire
Fire
Slayer.
Slayer model.
Yeah. So,
Sorry, Fire Slayer.
Sorry, yeah. It's just all look
They all
all
look a
same.
bit the same. Yeah.
But, and then her, and what was the fourth one? What were we missing?
Well, didn't a few of them come?
I think it was those 3 at the start. It was the Grot, it was the Fire Slayer, and it was the Nurgle one.
Yeah. No.
And then once came out, and then her. I can't remember what the other one was.
Don't remember.
Was
Was it
it
not
the-
on the Seraphim? No.
Was it the new guy? The new
I don't think so. He's his own. The court of.
the huge. He's his
Is he
own thing.
Dawnbringer?
He's his own thing.
I thought that was
He did it. They got a book, but I can't
Yeah, they
remember
did
what-
get a book.
I can't remember if it was Dawnbringer or not. Anyway,
Yeah,
whatever,
alright, just like
whatever the
stuff.
4th model was, I'm sure it looks amazing.
Yes.
They've all
All
been
good.
good. And then we had
The Witch Hunter guys, which
probably the best.
probably the coolest model for me was the Witch Hunter. Again, I really like it when they make models I think are fantastic, but I don't want to buy, and he's perfect for that. I
Yeah.
can't really see myself ever needing him for anything, but
Unless
maybe an Inquisitor.
I still want to do a custom Inquisitor retinue at some point using
Great models.
all the cool
And they actually made a cool Stormcast as well. which
Yeah.
is-
which again difficult to do because they all kind of look.
I think he helps being the sort of odd man out rather
Yeah.
than being a whole army of
Yeah,
them
makes
because
him more
he
distinct.
looks huge compared to everybody
Yeah.
else. So he actually looks quite cool.
Yeah, the
Kitty cat.
the Witch Hunter's pork chops as well.
Yeah.
Really, he looks
And he's got
amazing.
a stake on his pistol gun
Yes,
thing, which
yeah.
is just
I don't know if there's an option to
hilarious.
fire that or if he just stabs after shoot,
Yeah.
but yeah, he's really cool. And then there's
The guy
The
with
wo-
2 pistols is
guys
great.
with 2 pistols, the woman with a sort of really ugly looking cat,
Yeah.
but like half of her face, half of her face missing, but then she's got like a diamond for her
Yeah.
eye or
No.
something. She's really cool. And then there's one with a rope or something. Another
Yeah.
one.
Oh yeah, there's like she's got a
Yeah, sort of sling or
Sling thingy.
But yeah, amazing looking models. Really,
yeah, great
a
cool.
lasso,
No, it's like what Batman had.
grapple.
Grappling hook. Yeah,
grappling,
that's
just
probably,
not a firing.
not a
grappling
firing one. Yeah.
Yes, she's awesome. Really liked her.
Yeah. No, that was a great set. And then there was another Underworld thing.
Yeah, which I saw the book, model holding the book, and I was like, that'll be the book from the
Oh.
Christmas countdown.
No, it wasn't.
No, so we've still not seen that. There's a
Almost
lot.
none of it. Like the Crone lady, she's the Wings, which was I think the very first Advent calendar thing. And we've seen all the Dark Angel stuff.
Yeah,
But
None
none
of
of the weird beakery things, not the hoof the horse.
Yeah, not the banner, not the cloak, the fur cloak.
I don't think the boot with the fur lining on it. I think there was a
boots
chaos
with the
icon. I don't think we've seen yet. Still most of the Advent stuff and most of the New Year's tease stuff we haven't seen yet, which is slightly surprising.
Like none of the New Year's tease stuff, I don't think, because none of the Solar Auxiliary stuff and none of
I think one of them is, because there were two. We'll get to Solar Auxiliary next.
Yeah.
I think there was a regular troop who just had like the backpack thing. I think he's just one of the squad guys. Okay. But then there's the mini Sentinel, which we haven't seen yet because we get the armored Sentinel in a minute.
Yeah.
So,
curious to see how big of a box the mini Sentinels come in now. Whether it'll be 2 or 3. I think it'll be at least 2 in the box, whatever they're in.
Ones. I don't know.
Yeah.
See
whenever they get.
Haven't seen them
released. Anyway, we'll move on to Horus Heresy now, which
there was a Warhammer Underworld. Yeah, I guess he was just more zombies. Yeah, they were nice zombies. Yeah. Again, we've had quite a lot of zombies over the years.
No, they're cool. They're cool models. Yeah. But they're always cool models. Usually with these sort of very small character piece kits with like 4 to 6 models in them. They're almost always great.
Always good.
Still think the vampire one is
it's the best. Yeah. With like 4 or 5 family members.
Yeah.
That was great box.
But they're always good.
Yeah.
Like the ogre one the 2 ogre ones have both been great actually. The sort of piratey ogre one and the hunter one with all his little nobblers.
Oh yeah.
They were both good. The Cool Boys one was pretty cool. Yeah, they're always good.
They're always good.
They're always good.
Yeah.
Right. Now can we move
Heresy.
on?
Now we move on to Heresy. That was probably my favorite thing. Just because again we sort of knew Solar Auxiliary were coming or had been heavily rumored for a while. And I sort of guessed it was going to be a battle box. It was going to be troops, a command squad. I was expecting the light Sentinel and a tank, and I was really hoping they were going to do the Malkador, but I didn't kind of expect them to do it, and they did the Malkador.
But not in the box. Malkador's coming up separately.
You get the Linden and Rowan and
the cool transport, which is based off the same.
Fantastic set of releases.
Really
all of them are great.
They smashed it, and then on top of that, we've got so we got the Malkador coming out outside of the box, and
2 Linden Russes.
The Linden one. Yeah, and then we've got the sort of heavily armored plasma.
Volkite weapon.
They're also really small.
It looks so. This is the part I'm not quite sure of. I think they're called like the company command, or not the company commander, like the detachment command or something. I'm still wondering if we're going to get like another command squad. Because there was the flag, which was teased in the Advent calendar.
The minefield.
And the minefield thing, like, I was sure that was going to be Solar Auxiliary, and it's not in this.
So far, yeah.
But I think we're also likely to still get a Space Marine Command Squad in plastic this year for Heresy. I don't think that's the flag that we've seen from that either. So we've got yet another Imperial-looking flag.
Do they have
in it.
any named characters, Solar Auxiliary?
Probably.
So it might be
a special character.
Because they'll be the only factionary that doesn't have any named characters. I mean,
there's a lot in Heresy.
Yeah, so they might be getting a couple of those, maybe a command squad and a solo guy or something.
And we'll probably get variants of the Malkador and the Leman Rust through the year, which would be cool.
Yep.
Because we've now got that chassis available.
Yeah, and the light Sentinel will be coming.
Yeah, the heavy Sentinel looks great. I love it. It's like really good stompy feet on that. I was looking at that box and going, I think I could turn all this into Admech if I wanted. Which is, not possible for down the line for some more reinforcements for the Animists, because that would be from that time period.
Yeah, the tank would actually really work for your transports or whatever.
No, so I think that the Draconin might become my new transport. I've been trying to figure out how to do that for a while, because I do want to add some transports to my Admech, but I don't love the Dune Rider.
Yeah,
I've seen some people do the Plague Burst Crawler, which is quite cool. But it's not quite right, I think, either. But I think the Draconian might work with a bit of conversion on it. And I'm really tempted to try. Well, I want to see the Light Sentinels as well, but I think both the light and heavy one could work for Dragoons and maybe even a Dune Crawler if it got expanded a bit. Lots of fun stuff for me in that. And I love the helmets on them too.
And the Leman Rust would work perfectly for the Scorpius as well.
Yeah, the Cinder
because it doesn't have the side spots. It's just the one gun on top, which kind of looks
similar-ish
to the Scorpius. You could add a couple of heavy stubbers on or whatever. But
so no, like that box has a lot of potential for me, even as not a.
I hadn't thought about that. But
you're doing right there.
That's
not plugged. Just a sec. Just make sure we don't cut out halfway through this. Where's that cable?
What's going on, Will?
Your laptop.
Oh. It's been plugged in all night. I don't know what that should be happening.
Sorry.
Right, well, we're kind of getting to the end anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Where's that? There's one more.
yeah, I think we'll just keep going. We've only got a couple minutes, so yeah.
Right. Okay. Never mind. Hopefully, we don't cut out midway through this.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of the one thing that terrifies me slightly about that box is, which I love the look of, but the lascans are so fine. Like I think it looks amazing, but it does scare me a little bit of playing with them and using them. But they look phenomenal. Like, really cool range. And then briefly just talk about what we got today. We got a whole bunch of stuff coming back to order for orcs. We got the classic trolls. We got the really classic orc on wyvern.
Old model that one.
An orc banner bearer, a goblin banner bearer, a couple of goblin characters, an old orc character, and then we're getting a couple new things, which I really like the look of both of them.
Yeah, the new shamany guy with the
troll
on his head and a lobster on his staff.
It's
really
very
cool.
reminds me of. Do you remember in Asterix and Obelix when Getafix goes a little mad and he's got the wolf head?
Oh yeah,
and he gets like the Obelix dropped on him and he goes mad. Yeah, it reminds me of that.
It came out of nowhere this morning.
Yeah,
so just as before we were about to stream.
Yeah, and then the orc captain looks great
as well.
Solid.
Yeah, it looks less exciting to me than the shamany guy, but because he also comes with a little squid with a pot.
Yes,
just models with pots. You know? Anyone doing a bit of? I think that's been the theme for today. Is a little bit of on battlefield cookery.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's the crew. Just the regular crew band now. He's got the tiny little crew hound on the sergeant's
exactly.
Just
on his face now.
Nice little touch. Anyway, we're gonna get to our game now.
Yeah, we're filming next.
Blooded Taurians versus
Buggos.
Buggos again.
Got my Gribblies out today.
So we had one matchup with these two when the codexes came out. So we're gonna have another one, both running different attachments than we did last time.
Yeah.
See how this goes. Anyway, we shall catch you again very soon. There'll be a battle report out again